Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Gaming Den. I am your host, Bear64, and this is my co-host.
JetSparks373, or just JetSpark, or Jet, or Sparky, just whatever. Just don't call me Shirley.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. Back for another week of news stories.
Yep. It's been one hell of a week. In terms of news stories, let me tell you. Let's just do a little catch up first. A little chit chat.
Well, I haven't really been up to much to anything except trying to prepare for trying to go on a trip. Something I've been somewhat excited about, but somewhat dreading because, well, again, the weather has been insane these past few weeks, and I've been barely hanging on with trying to stay warm and whatnot.
Yeah, the temperatures have been crazy, and like Florida finally warmed up again, but then it's gonna get cold next week. I'm like, come on, make up your mind, weather.
Yeah,
Floridians are
exactly.
not built for cold.
Yeah, but at least it doesn't get far. It doesn't get like super far below like 30 degrees down there. I mean, it
Oh,
got it
definitely
just
not.
fi- it just finally at least warmed up. But I mean, even earlier, I had to do two things. I had to do some like DIYing for a jerry can I use just in case I run out of gas while trying to travel. But again, it takes about 7 hours to get down from where I am in Illinois down to Nashville,
All right.
essentially. But and other than that, I also had to go out and try to just get my car filled up. I'm not sure. I want to try to leave like this Sunday, but give given how I know again literally what well I know I get paid like around like the first of the month, and since my birthday is on the first, like that's when like being able to post my rent is gonna be usually. But hopefully, since it's gonna be on a Thursday this year, it's gonna hopefully I think I'll probably get my paycheck in like in a few days, so I can at least pay for a couple things, like pay for my utility bill, whatever that's gonna be.
Hmm. Any games you've been playing?
Well, I've been going. I just went back. I went back through and just been either playing. You know, I've been going back and playing Battle for Bikini Bottom on my Switch. That's mostly what I've been doing.
Ah,
It's
all
just
right.
I know I've been feeling like more inclined to just use my Switch more than anything else.
Oh man, yeah. I went back to Dark Souls. I started a new file, and let me tell you, the game feels so clunky compared to the later games, especially not being able to move while healing. Oh my goodness. You won't believe how much you miss being able to move while healing.
Well, didn't they like do that for like for like the new dark for like the
The remaster?
yeah, didn't they like do some
No,
quality
they
of life
they
changes?
did not really fix anything else besides frame rate.
Oh, okay, I
Like they
see.
didn't like it's not a remake, it's a remaster. So it's through and through Dark Souls other than just like performance wise, especially going the Blight down, which is the most infamous in terms of like the frame rate dips.
Hmm.
Uh
And the same thing also applies. That I know I saw that you started Shovel Knight again. You started playing Shovel Knight on your channel.
oh yeah, it's gonna turn 10 years old this year, and I'm stunned about that.
Hmm.
And I'm also gonna cover the exclusive Xbox stuff, although I got to play to get to that point. So basically, I got to be playing the game 2 times, or at least
Oh.
up to the point in the Xbox version, because it has exclusive stuff. Same with the PlayStation and Nintendo.
Hmm.
PC, I don't know what it got.
Yeah, that's different. I mean, you know about the whole idea about I think we did talk briefly about console exclusivity on one of our earlier episodes. That the best example of that was Soul Calibur 2. You had the Xbox version, you got Spawn, you had PS2, you had Heihachi from Tekken, and you also got Link for GameCube.
Yeah, I actually have the copy of Soul Calibur right here for GameCube. Yeah, I haven't played it yet, but I do want to try it. I never played Soul Calibur before. I'm kind of also interested in Tekken 8, but I've only put like 2 hours in training mode for Tekken 7. So maybe I should like re-download Tekken 7 and see how much I like Tekken.
Yeah, but I think we should segue a little bit into what sort of gaming news is going on. Because yeah, are dealing with like localization problems with
Um,
Tekken 8 apparently.
I'm not going to be talking about that kind of thing. I don't really care. Especially coming from Yellow Flash, he gets some facts wrong from what I've noticed from him. He just uses looks at it like face value and not actually looking deep into it. From what I've watched of the guy, once in a while he's right, but otherwise not so much.
Yeah,
Excuse
but
me.
I don't know. But the only thing I don't understand is why these so-called localizers are trying to make it try to make it appealing to an audience that obviously
Doesn't
probably
care, but let's not get
exactly.
into the you know those retards. Uh, I'm gonna mostly like focus on like gaming stuff. I don't want to go political side. But yeah, localizers or Western localizers are like very dented.
Yeah, more or less, and Japan really should just like get people who are not. I mean, even though I know that these things are not direct translations of the original Japanese, but seriously, just putting those words in just does not make a lot of sense. I mean,
Well,
come
there's a
on.
difference between a localizer and a translator, a little bit. Localizers, they change like cultural differences, especially like one example was Kill la Kill. In the Japanese version, they're 16, while in America they're 18. And if you've seen Kill la Kill, their outfits are very revealing.
Yeah, and that's the sort of thing though, because again, you always do have to change things up. So I mean, the most obvious stuff is of course up the age of the characters and whatnot. Even
Yeah,
though
it in term like localizing it changes a little bit in terms of like culture, but translating it, yeah, you need to actually translate it for word for word for the most part.
exactly, and
Because
this is not what
unless
we're
it's
doing.
like culture like in UK, they have their own swear words, that you can't say, so they can't really use those words. And in the UK, if they translate in Japan, if it's like okay there. But
Yeah, that is also true, and
like
even
Mario
some.
Party 8 actually has a bit of a problem. Like it had to get a re-release in the UK because Kamek used the word spaz.
Wait,
You
really?
fucking spaz. It was way back in 2007, 2008. So I mean, it's that. I mean, Sly Cooper was changed to Sly Raccoon because Cooper, I believe, means dick in the UK. But yeah,
Oh
it's
boy,
a
that must
okay,
be
and like during the game, like in the game, they still call him Sly Cooper, so it's kind of funny.
what? You're a Cooper?
You fuck, you shut up and suck my
No, no,
Koopa.
no. I'm trying to make an impression of Mugshot. Oh, that thing that's Ruckabagukas thing has had a lot of pretty pictures, but way too many big words.
All right, so let's get into the news. All right, so apparently Nintendo Direct got leaked. Somewhat. I mean, take this with a grain of salt because sometimes they get them wrong. But this is from a pretty credible source that she's gotten a lot right throughout the years. So, hey, you want to hear the list?
And these are upcoming Nintendo titles.
Like, what's going to be supposedly in the Direct?
All right, let's hear it.
All right, so I got the list here. Fire Emblem 4 Remake releasing in May, which I'm not a Fire Emblem fan, although I'm going to give Path of Radiance a shot because it has my favorite character from that, from Smash Brothers, Ike. So
Yeah, a lot of some of those characters are all from Fire Emblem. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of Fire Emblem characters in Smash Brothers. It's quite that. Let's see. Princess Peach Showtime features cowgirl and ninja segments, which I'm like, I kind of want to get it, but it's weird for a dude buying a pretty princess game.
Ironically enough, people are up in arms about like Margot Robbie not getting nominated for an Oscar when that movie. It's weird how that movie is getting nominated,
I
but
just,
it's the movie's nominated, but she herself as the actress is not nominated. But apparently Ryan Gosling is.
whatever. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I mean, come
I don't
on.
even know who Ryan Gosling is. Let's see. Yeah, at that point, you should just like cut it. You should cut it. It's like, it's gonna go down a rabbit hole where you're like, this guy from this. I'm like, nah, I don't know.
Yeah, I know, Bears. I'm really glad that you're the type of person that doesn't really have to deal with most of the stuff. Doesn't really see most of the stuff. I mean, there are certain things. I mean, the only thing I don't understand is how this dang YouTube algorithm or how most of the crap on social media works.
All right, so here's something I like. Donkey Kong Country is getting a new game for its 30th anniversary.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, I've been wanting a Donkey Kong Country game since a long time. I mean, the last one was 2014, not including the Switch port for Tropical Freeze.
Yeah.
Like, Tropical Freeze on the Switch doesn't really exactly count since it's just a port with added funky mode. Which is just easy mode. Although speedrunners apparently really love using funky mode just because he's just that broken.
Oh boy.
Let's see. I know Killzone, he really wants to get another Donkey Kong Country game. Have you played any of those?
I remember vaguely playing both. I remember like in a classroom, some teacher had like the original SNES, and yeah, some kids were playing like Donkey Kong Country a long time ago, back when I was like fifth grade, I think.
Oh,
and then
okay.
and then again, I vaguely remember playing like DK64, but my cousin was more of a master at playing that game than anything.
DK64 is not the greatest. I like it, but it's definitely not aged very well.
Yeah, and I bet it hasn't. Heck, you need to buy. You need the expansion package required. The expansion package required to play that game.
It actually came with the expansion pack when it initially released. So, I mean, you could get like third-party expansion packs. Retrobit, they do theirs, and that, like, I've been like, it's been just fine. It works. But it is pretty cool. I think another game that required that was Zelda Majora's Mask. That required the expansion pack.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely wanting another Donkey Kong Country game. If it actually does get announced, I'm probably going to do Donkey Kong Country Returns. That's like a really good one, even if it's the Wii version. And it's got to deal with the shaky controls. Fuck me.
Boy.
I like playing the 3DS version, even though it's 30 frames per second and not as good looking. I don't have to shake the damn controllers.
It's a Wii game.
But you could play the classic Donkey Kong Country games through the Super Nintendo emulator on the Switch.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, like it's like the perk for doing the Switch Online. You could go to the Super Nintendo library, and it's the basic package too. You don't have to go for the upgrade.
I understand. I didn't know that was included in the SNES version.
Yeah, you get to play Super Nintendo games. I played like a good chunk of Donkey Kong Country 2 on it, and I need to get back into it. I was really enjoying it. Let's see the next game, Metroid Prime 2 Remastered. Hell yes.
Yeah, I know you're definitely excited for that one. You're definitely excited because I know you
Yes,
did play
I
through the
would be
original.
because it's a it's kind of like the black sheep in a way for that the trilogy, not including First Hunt, but it's a bit of a black sheep because it it has like the two like remember like Link to the Past where it has like the two worlds.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go from light world to dark world. It has that mechanic, but like when you go to the dark world, you take damage over time until you get like a suit to reduce that, and then you get another suit that like completely negate it. But it comes up with creative ways to like there's light bubbles you got to shoot, so you could get under there, and you can heal under them, but very slowly. And exploration
Okay.
just becomes like a huge like important thing, especially when you're trying to find tanks to survive even longer. Survive.
Hmm.
And then, of course, I think the biggest thing, the ammo count for your light and dark beam.
All
It,
right.
I mean, there is an ammo count technically throughout all of them with the missiles and power bombs. So, it's just weird with beams.
Yeah, like I said though, and this is definitely a lot of your shtick with with a lot of these games. You're a bigger Nintendo expert than I obviously have
You,
ever been because I never.
yeah,
I
you
mean, I
you're
have.
late to the party like for a lot of stuff. You got to like catch up, my dude.
Yeah, I know. Again, I know I was one of those kids that played on Xbox mostly because my dad even back then. My dad back then was a Microsoft fanboy, so he obviously thought the Xbox was the most powerful system. He thought Halo was the greatest game ever. I mean, granted, it's a great game series, but it's fallen to the
Oh, okay.
wayside. We already know that.
Killzone's been texting my or texting chatting, and this thing is not refreshing correctly. It just blinks out and then blinks back in. Okay. See, I would love a new Donkey Kong Country game. See, I hope we get some news on Metroid Prime 4. Yes, it's been too long. I think it's been 5 years since we got the announcement. 5 or 6.
Oh yeah, and they had to scrap it and had to start all over.
Yeah, and then Retro Studios is like coming back for it when they had a different studio.
Yeah, because sometimes when when a game changes hands while it's in development hell, you know something's not may not go right with it, and we've seen cases of where it has where those things have changed. Duke Nukem Forever and Homefront: The Revolution are the most perfect
Oh my
examples of
gosh,
such
I
things.
like I know Duke Nukem the most. I heard about Homefront. I heard how shit it was, but I didn't know it was in development hell. Because I know Duke Nukem was like 14 years in development hell.
Yeah, it was, but the thing is, yeah, I know. Well, I remember playing the demo for the original Homefront games for a long time ago back in 360, and it was really nothing to write home about. I mean, it was a very like below average type of shooter. And
It was.
again, I know.
I've played it. It's not very good.
Yeah, exactly the point. And also, just story wise, look, I know. Look, we already know the fact that just like I was just gonna say, like with like Yahtzee said, hey guys, you want to make the the enemy Chorea, just make the enemy Chorea. And you know which country I'm actually talking about, not the actual country we're fighting about, the mean Koreans to the north, not the.
Ah,
But ironically enough, that game was actually banned in South Korea.
huh. That's a bit interesting.
Well, I mean, again, technically, yeah, the Korean War never ended. It's at a stalemate, and that's the reason why. We, I mean, again, we already know the current powers at B are still trying to keep the peninsula stabilized, but there's a possibility that things could really get bad. It's one of the major flashpoints currently in the world right now. I mean, things have gotten a little crazier internally for them since the coup happened. So, but we don't really know what's even going on in there.
Hmm. Let's see. Next one, another I'm kind of looking forward to. A Grizzle remake of Zelda Oracle games. Now, if you don't know who Grizo is, they did the 3DS versions of Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, and I believe Luigi's Mansion 3D on the 3DS.
Huh.
And they are very good at what they do. So
Uh,
I definitely want to see what they could do on Switch, especially
yeah.
after the Zelda. Was it? Did they do? I don't have the Switch games right by me, but I think they also did Link's Awakening for Switch. I could be wrong though, but Grizo, they're very talented, and I would totally love to have the Oracle games, and I wonder how they'll do the combination thing, because that was like the whole thing with the Oracle games, was that you combine them to make a whole nother game. Because they came out the same time. They did like a Pokemon thing.
Oh, really? Really?
Yeah, so I mean, there wasn't like, catching monsters and training them, but
Oh, yeah.
it was something.
And speaking of Pokemon and possible ramifications, let's talk about.
Oh, hold on, I'm not done with the league, the Nintendo Switch stuff. Although, not the
Oh,
last two
right.
things aren't the
Yeah,
greatest.
we'll get to it. Yeah, we'll get to it. Yeah.
We'll talk about Palworld. Don't worry. Let's see. That Good Feel game is getting localized, which I think they're talking about Good Feel, which did the Yoshi's Woolly World, Wario Land Shake It, and Kirby's Epic Yarn. Which Good Feel, another very talented studio. They make their shit look gorgeous. As bland as Yoshi's Crafted World was, it still looked incredible. Alright, and then Famicom Detective Club returns to Nintendo Detective Club 5 High School Girl. What? Okay, never mind about that. Famicom Detective Club. I've never heard of it.
Must have been a Japan exclusive game.
Yeah, because it's Famicom.
Yeah.
Let's see. Here's some news that happened today. Space World 2000 footage got remastered to 1080p, which is
I'm not familiar with this game.
oh well no. Space World was an event back in the early 2000s. It was kind of like a E3.
Okay.
It was E3 before E3. See, love Wario Land Shake It is one of my favorite games of all time. Wow, that was fat. Like, damn, you really like that one after playing it. I love that feeling when you play a game for the first time and you're like, damn, that was a fucking excellent game.
Yeah, I know one thing. There are games where I play them and loved and playing them in the past, and only when I go back to them years later, I finally actually beat them, and that was one of them was of course Jet Set Radio Future.
Nice. Let's see. But yeah, the Palworld, not Palworld, Space World 2000 footage. This was like the unveiling of the GameCube, and was it the first Game Boy Advance? And it even remastered like the iconic footage of Link and Ganon fighting each other. And this was before they announced Wind Waker and showed it off, and people were like kind of pissed because they were like thinking, oh, we're going to get more realistic look at, Legend of Zelda. Then Wind Waker came out. They're like, what the fuck is this cartoon shit? Which Wind Waker turned out to be an excellent game. One of my favorite Zeldas. Also, Shameless Pug. I actually did do a playthrough of it. I think I just said Shameless Pug.
Okay, Nintendo Space World, and this was in Japan.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, it was also like a bunch of tech demos. I think they probably did show Mario 128, which eventually became Pikmin. Because 128 was like to show how many assets could be shown at one time. without like the frame dipping, or like the frames per second dipping and all that. And it just became Pikmin. It was pretty cool. So it's like this gaming history, like just remastered to 1080p. Oh man. See, I do know Sony State of Play also leaked out. The only thing I can recall is that Until Dawn's getting a PC port and a remaster on PlayStation 5. But I mean, the game already looks like incredible.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those. Yeah, it's one of those very. Heck, I'm pretty sure it's very graphically intensive on the base PS4. It was already same thing with the Order 1886. It was graphically impressive for the time, but yeah, the fact that it's getting a PC port, awesome. Just like I'm glad that a lot of PlayStation titles are getting PC ports.
Although, why do they keep denying PC players the glory of Bloodborne? Why?
Who knows?
Every time.
I mean, once again, I mean, everyone, they have the Bloodborne remake, at least.
Yeah, but it's still not the real Bloodborne. It's a masterpiece.
I could see that. I need to get my hands on. I need to probably maybe give that game another try.
Dude, I'll be like, honestly, totally help you out.
Yeah, but since I'm getting up there in age, and I'm getting to the point I'm getting to the age where my hair is probably gonna start falling out, and I don't want to end up like Homer Simpson, where I get so stressed out that I just tear it all out.
I mean, just like long as you keep a level head. I mean, I gotta understand the bosses just like stressing you out. Like I swear there's some bosses that just like, what the fuck? I was winning, and he just pulls that out of his ass, threw it at my face, and then smell it and weep.
I mean, I got slightly annoyed trying to do platforming stuff in SpongeBob Rehydrated on certain levels. Like, again, the most infamous level, of course, are the Kelp Forest, SpongeBob's Dream, and maybe the Flying Dutchman's graveyard. At least the last 3 levels of the game are the hardest ones.
I have not played SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom, so I'm a little out of the loop on that one. I do have it for free though on the PlayStation Plus.
Well, dude, you need to do a playthrough on it, just like how I did a playthrough on my channel a while back.
Maybe have do a blind playthrough, but I don't want to be disowned by my dad because he absolutely fucking hates SpongeBob with a burning passion.
Oh boy, that's I mean, I can understand hating. I can understand it because the newer seasons he
hates even the good stuff.
The original show.
He hates everything about SpongeBob.
And what are his reasons? It's just too.
He just he thinks it's just retarded, and he thinks it made what kids are today just stupid.
I figure Teen Titans did more damage than Teen Titans and all those other.
Wait, hold up. Teen Titans Go specifically?
Go, yes.
Okay.
I'm talking about
Go. I was about to say.
Not the original Teen Titans. I actually have Trouble in Tokyo playing right now. I have it playing in the background.
Yo,
muted.
Where'd you get how are you watching Trouble in Tokyo?
I got it on DVD, man.
What? They made a DVD?
Yeah, they made it on. Yeah, it's out there on DVD, and I have all 5 seasons of the show on DVD too.
Holy shit! I need to get on that. I never finished Teen Titans because it got canceled. The bastards.
Well, all the shows, all the episodes I have all the episodes, man. Or if you got HBO Max, the entire show's on there.
Oh shit. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, you better start binge watching that if you want it.
I mean,
yeah.
The thing is, I'm gonna probably either play Dark Souls or Zelda Twilight Princess on GameCube. You know, it's like let me tell you, jumping into the GameCube version of Twilight Princess is weird after playing the Wii version more because it's mirrored. They mirrored the
Yeah.
Wii version because of more people are right-handed, so it's weird. I mean, it still doesn't count that Link is, right-handed in that one because he's always canonically left-handed, except for Skyward Sword, where he's right-handed.
Oh.
Welcome to Useless Knowledge.
And now back
Right.
and now back to pointless facts, starring Emma Chow.
Yes.
Good old Sonic Paradox. They didn't make more shorts
Oh
about.
my gosh. Okay, I'm not the only one that knows about Sonic Paradox. Okay. I mean, it's just a compilation of different animators, but let me tell you, there's some of them that just made me like fucking laugh as a Sonic fan.
Okay. Now he's about. Wait a second. Why can I only move in one direction?
I love this one. Chaos Swiss roll.
Oh yeah, it goes that damn. It uses the infamous audio clip from the Street Fighter cartoon.
Oh, one of my favorite one is like where Knuckles just comes in and punches Sonic in the face after like
Yeah, trying to eat a chili dog, and he just goes. Sonic has been knocked out.
I just love that so much. It is like the best. If I ever like do donation notifications, that's got to be one of them.
Yeah, that classic Sonic sound.
No, I'm in like that whole animation of just Knuckles decking Sonic in the face. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But still.
Oh man, I'm glad that we talked about that. Okay, I'm not the only one that knew about Sonic Paradox in our little friend group here. But
Yeah, we should. Yeah, we should try
let's
to
get to
do
the
that.
Palworld stuff. Palworld has been making crazy ass waves since its release.
Exactly. I've been seeing bits and pieces of gameplay of it, and it's like, holy crap, man! People really, really like this because I think it adopts a lot of elements from, like, again, battle royale games and whatnot. That's probably
not battle royale at all, dude. Not at all. From
well,
what I hear,
it has a glider. Yeah, but it's more akin to like Ark Survival Evolved in a way.
Yeah, I was
It's
gonna
more
say that.
akin to
Like, it's
that.
more towards like Ark, which is kind of turning me off from it because I'm not really into those kind of games.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I could. Yeah, someone. Yeah, you know those people.
Although I do like Minecraft, so
those dudes I used to hang around with. Yeah, one of them tried to get me into Ark Survival. I couldn't get into it.
I know Maggie is really into Ark.
Yeah, I mean, I was bored trying to play that game just as much as I got bored playing For Honor.
But let me tell you, like, it has had 8 million copies sold, like, at this point. It made, in 3 days, 4 million copies sold.
Yeah, and it actually outsold a lot of other games in that short amount of time. It's already outsold a lot of games already.
For like a small studio, I believe, like I think it's a small studio. I think it is their first game as well. Holy shit. They made like, finally Pokemon, like I'm not a Pokemon fan other than like the anime, right?
Yeah,
but
and
from what I've been seeing of the later games where it's just glitchy messes with no innovation whatsoever, finally they have competition.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, yeah, I don't really care about Pokemon outside of like the Indigo League for the anime, and of course like Pokemon Red, Blue, Gold, and Silver. I haven't cared about Pokemon past Gen 2.
I like what was it? It was one of that. It was the generation with Krogonk, which I forgot was it. Diamond and Pearl, I believe it was.
Yeah, and I mean there is literally one Pokemon that is literally just a walking pile of trash.
Hey, we can relate.
Huh?
Me and him, we can relate. Walking trash.
Oh god. No, compared to the size and disparity of our YouTube channels, dude, I'm trash compared to you.
Nah. But
well,
let's
I know.
see. But
yeah,
let me tell you, there has been so much discourse and salt around this game coming in
Oh yes,
all different
the Pokemon
directions.
fan, by the Pokemon
PlayStation,
fanboys.
like PlayStation fanboys, they want a port to be on PlayStation, obviously. Nintendo fanboys, they have been losing their mind the most.
Because they're seeing the parallels between that and Pokemon,
I
obviously, and
know.
and this is the first time they're probably hoping Nintendo would send out a cease and desist order.
Oh my gosh, man, it's crazy. And here's the thing: someone that is amazing. So Pokemon came after Dragon Quest, that's something I never knew. And someone put the designs of all the dragon, like at least a good chunk of Dragon Quest enemies, and a list of the Pokemon of just images. And let me tell you, it's like freaking Pokemon's been copying Dragon Quest more likely. So, and plus they can't own an art style or the idea of capturing creatures. You cannot copyright or trademark an idea.
Yeah, but Nintendo would think they can copyright, just like
I
how they
would be
copyright.
more shocked if they don't do any legal action.
Yeah, but that's the one thing. This is what actually, because when we hear people trying to make a fan-made game using Nintendo stuff, yeah, you would think Nintendo would lose their shit and literally bring a freaking Majora's Mask meteor-sized thing down on these guys.
Well, it was a moon, but
The moon, the moon thing from Majora's Mask. They would have brought that right down on those guys, on whoever these guys are.
But that's not all. The Palworld devs have been receiving death threats by Nintendo fans.
Yup, that's what I'm saying. With assault is here.
Like,
They are is because they're because they see a lot of the parallels and they think they're being accused of using AI art or AI generated versions of these characters.
like they are such losers. They probably live in in the basement of their houses, probably like Harmon Smith. Like, let me tell you, Harmon Smith the most. This game has been living rent free in his head, and it's been glorious. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, he is like just on copium right now, especially like making the video right before it really took off. Is like, oh, it's gonna be forgotten, or no one's gonna care. It's like,
oh man,
no.
The fact
8 million people would like to disagree with you,
and there's a fuck ton of people playing it on Twitch right now.
Yeah,
I mean, again, but just like everything else, I'm always gonna be late to the party because again, I'm trying to literally survive in this world right now because I barely have enough money to keep my lights on. That's how it is. Let's just keep it that way.
But there was PETA, of course. I'm surprised they didn't do it day one. That, of course, they're like, oh, this is supporting animal abuse. There's no vegan guide. It's like,
of course, yes, you PETA, who also medically euthanizes animals that you claim to be saving.
And then Seriously. Take away like families' pets because it's wrong to own them as pets, but then you euthanize the ones that don't get a home.
Exactly the point. It's just like, seriously, you guys do not stand. You guys are just, these people are a cult. They are a freaking cult. They don't really care about the well-being of animals. I personally am not a pet person because it's too much responsibility. But come on, let people have their pets. I mean, sometimes people need animals for comfort.
It is ridiculous. Although I will say, I did this year or last year, I did experience what being a vegan is like. It's like because me not liking I love Twilight Princess. Tears of the Kingdom. I love to go. I think Tears of the Kingdom sucks. Just that guy. And I have to let everybody know. Like how vegans always have to let you know that they're vegan.
Yeah, look, I'm gonna say what Raven said in Teen to Beast Boy and Teen Titans. I respect the fact you don't eat meat. You must respect the fact that I don't eat fake meat.
I think I remember that line. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. The tofu dog. I mean, it's ironic enough the actual voice actor, Greg Sipes, actually is vegan himself in real life.
No wonder he looks like a scrawny loser.
Oh
He could be
God.
like the chillest dude ever. I just like I'm just talking about his looks, but he looks like a cool dude to hang out with.
If you like hanging around, dude, it looks like a stoner.
I mean, I've been around with the stoners before. They're like the coolest people I know.
Yeah. Look, if you want to just find a little serenity, maybe study Taoism, maybe do a little meditation, and you'll be right as rain, man.
Uh,
You don't need to be taking any LSD or taking any drugs like Coyote Bong water, man. It's not serenity with the universe if you do drugs.
it's
It's
they're,
obvious,
they're not
man.
exactly
Believe me.
like that, really. They're the ones I know that they're
Yeah,
not like
yeah,
that at all.
I know. That's a freaking like stereotype of stoners
Yeah,
from the
that's
19.
definitely a stereotype. It's more like Shaggy from Scooby Doo, minus
Holy.
the overabundance of food. But because like realistically, you can't lose all that weight, after running once.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, look, I can see the benefits of like I know it's just I'm fine with just you eating fruits and veggies, but why would you want to eat fake meat? It just doesn't
I
make any sense.
it's like the Impossible Burger. It's like why that this makes no sense. They don't even know what a burger tastes like to begin with, so they
Yeah,
don't even
exactly.
crave it to begin like the start. And then the people that actually eat meat, they're not gonna buy it unless they're like a YouTuber gonna be like, "Oh, I tried the Impossible Burger. Please subscribe."
Uh,
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, you just sounded like one of those dudes just now, or more or less. I mean, he people
Oh, I
compared
forgot what
him to
that
like.
British dickweed was named.
Yeah, we're not
I,
gonna bring it up for like for privacy reasons because I know who this guy is and I don't want anyone to send
no,
any
he's
hate
like
his way.
he does like videos with his parents. It's like, oh, watch me go into a box with me mum, and we pop buttons and shit, and we get
Uh,
like either whipped cream or shit on us or money. It's like what? It
always one of those
yeah, like
YouTubers.
kind of like
With
the
cringe.
fake Mr. Beast type. I guess that's what I should just say.
Yeah, over a top, in your face crap.
I never liked those YouTubers. It's like, hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm like, oh, okay, you're fake. I
I
actually
would
was
never do that.
I was actually thinking about this on a car ride to work or back home. Uh, when I thought of this after the whole completionist thing. Uh, I thought of like for years he's called his channel a business, and again DSP, he calls his thing a business as well. I think once you start calling your channel a business, you no longer have the passion.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
You're seeing it as a
people.
job.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, but also, yeah, if you, I mean, yeah, it's cool if you can earn a little bit of money off
Oh
of
yeah,
YouTube.
yeah.
It's nice, but
I
seriously, it's not something you shouldn't quit your day job over it, though.
yeah. Like I've like one of my old coworkers. Like before I had my sense, like yeah, I don't want to monetize and all that. And he's like, well, why not monetize on what you do like doing and like just make a little extra, on top of your job.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
exactly.
like okay. I mean, I'll get to that point eventually,
Yeah,
but
exactly. We both will. I mean, but it took me over a decade to get to 100 subscribers. But I know, hopefully. But I mean, I just want to be able to do things. But I've been so swamped with IRL stuff, and I got other stuff. I got planned for this year, and things I just want to do so I can hopefully do more with my YouTube channel. Hopefully, coming soon.
yeah, baby.
Yeah, so
I
that's more or less.
I need to ask one of my friends if he has a capture card still.
Yeah, but also the thing is, still another thing is, I know I already do it with you enough, but we both need to branch out and start collaborating more with other like channels.
I've actually thought of one. I want to keep it a secret at least live. I've been thinking of one that I haven't like been on a podcast. Like I've been on the podcast with him before on his channel. Uh, but he and we definitely do get along. I just don't know
Yeah,
like his particular schedule,
yeah,
whatnot, especially IRL.
yeah, exactly. That's the truth. That's a main thing we got to worry about. Because I mean, even back when I already said this before, back when we did Dummies of Gaming, that was also a thing we had to factor in too with
Yeah.
schedules and whatnot.
Uh, there's a couple of them that I definitely want them to join. An episode of Dummies of Gaming. Not
Or
Dummies of Gaming, the Gaming
the
Den.
gaming den, gaming den. Yeah,
Oops.
that's that one we just mentioned. That's defunct on my channel. It's defunct.
Uh, I think I still have a couple episodes on my channel actually.
Yeah, no, yeah, that was back when we just had to do a dual streaming it via PlayStation via like PlayStation's built-in streaming features. And we
Yeah.
did it with CTR and Apex Legends back then. But yeah, we always randomly have. I actually always put up a counter where we every single time we bring it
I
up on the
know.
gaming.
We're just dwelling on the past like ninnies.
Oh yes, ninnies. I missed that word. Oh god damn it, you brought Vandenberg out. I thought I got rid of him.
Apparently not.
Yeah, apparently not.
Oh boy, but I think that'll do it for this episode of the Gaming Den. I'll get the fuck out of everyone.
See ya.
No, I'm just about to take care, everyone. Subscribe if you want to. I am out. Peace.
Oh, and by the way, before we end it, everyone, I may not be on. I won't be on this next week's episode. I'll be down in my home city of Nashville for my birthday. And also, if you guys see me on Twitter, please send me some birthday wishes. It'll really just perk me up and really make my day. Hopefully, thanks.